What's up everyone, welcome back. So if this is your first time here, my name's Tim, and if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you find any kind of value in it, subscribe, because there's a lot more where that came from. So today's video is going to be a time-lapse paint video. I did a painting job. It was a $350 paint job, took roughly about 4 hours. Yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. I don't want to keep you guys up too long. I'm gonna let you know all the equipment that I use and the paint that I use and all that stuff, so stick around and don't go anywhere. What's up everybody? So check it out. So today's video, make sure you stick around to the end and I'll let you know how long the job took. And also, yeah, so here's the before picture. I already got the drops down. I kind of forgot to get the camera out early on so you could see exactly what it looked like when I pulled up. But really, the house looks pretty dang good for them wanting me to come out and paint. They hired me to paint the garage doors only, and that white security gate in the beginning by the front door. Security screen, security gate, I don't know, whatever you call it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys see my paint videos, you know the first thing I always do is I gotta wrap or mask. I gotta mask everything off that I'm not gonna paint. So here we go with the masking gun. That thing is a major time saver. If you guys are curious, the type of tools that I like to use, I always leave links in the description below. And if you click those links and buy anything within a 24-hour period, you know I earn a small commission. It really helps me out because I really like making these YouTube videos, and any little bit extra that comes in, the more videos I could make. So here we go. We're on the second garage door here. Something I didn't show you guys right here. See, so I'm dusting it down with a dry brush because I always sand. I always sand everything down before I paint, because what it does is it pulls off any kind of oils or anything that was left over, and you know, make sure you get a nice, good, solid bond. So here we go. I like to spray. I never like to let off the trigger when I'm spraying. Today on this particular project, I had a couple issues with my gun getting clogged up, and you'll see, there it goes. So my gun got clogged right there, and what I got to do is I turn the tip around and I spray it out. Usually what I'll do to prevent that, the same exact spot, how about that? So usually what I do to prevent that from happening is I'll strain out my paint before I run it through my rig. I call it my rig, my paint sprayer. I'll strain the paint out, that way we don't have any contaminants getting into the tip, because I'm using a 410 tip, which is a 4-fin fine finish tip. It's a Graco 410 fine finish tip. That's what I prefer to use on these garage doors. 410, the number 4 in that sequence stands for the fan width, and what you usually do is you double that number, so you're looking at about an 8-inch fan, and then the last 2 numbers in that sequence determine the size of the orifice, the size of the paint, or the orifice where the paint's actually coming out. Here we go, some POV stuff. Yeah, so if you guys can tell, it's about a 4 or an 8-inch fan, probably more like a 6-inch fan, because I like to overlap about 2 inches. So, you know, you make sure you get a nice even finish. You can tell my gun was spitting a little bit there because I had that line. So here, I only got hired to paint these garage doors. The rest of the house is in amazing condition, so I didn't need to paint the rest of the house. Here, I'm starting to get a lot of spits coming from my gun, I noticed, and right about the handle, I realized on the other door that I hadn't made sure to get all the spots around the handle, because when you're spraying, you know, the handle will block some of the fan, and then you'll have areas behind what was blocking it won't get painted. So you got to come in at a different kind of an angle instead of just a sweeping angle. Now this here, I'm running low on the first batch of paint, so I wanted to hurry up and get that door done. Now we're moving on to the front of the house, where the front door is. On this door, you can't see it, but behind it I have the brown masking paper from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, about 3 or 4 lanes masked off and taped nice and tight. That way, as I'm spraying right here, it's not going through and getting on anything else. Another thing, keep in mind, is it's super warm today, so that's a good and a bad thing. So painting in direct sunlight when it's really warm is really bad, because the paint gets like a baked on finish and it doesn't really have time to dry and cure. So the way I understand it is, what happens is the top layer of paint will dry instantly, super fast, but then there's moisture trapped underneath that top layer. So then it, you know, sometimes you'll get bubbles and just imperfections, and we don't like that. So when spraying a door like this, you got to make sure you go all these little angles that you can't really see. There's little knobby deals on all the vertical bars there. Now I'm unwrapping, and I like to wrap everything because it's kind of wet. I try to wrap it inside of the plastic. As you can tell, I'm trying to kind of keep everything and roll it inwards. That way I'm not getting black paint all over my white clothes, and I'm not getting black paint all over their house here. So this job was about a 4-hour job. They hired me to do this front door and the 2 garage doors, but I actually ended up doing a little bit of extra work for them. There were some shutters that they had, and since the job didn't take me as long as I had expected, I went ahead and just put 2 coats on those shutters for them. I sprayed 1 coat, I cleaned up. If you guys seen my other video, you see this is why I don't like dealing with drops when I'm by myself. I prefer to use the red rosin paper, but today's project, red rosin paper probably wouldn't have worked that good. So here we go, guys. Here's the before pictures, the white screen door and the gray garage doors. And then if you stay tuned, oh, and don't beat me up too bad in the comment section about that truck being so close. That thing's going to the junkyard. It's not running. They told me don't even worry about covering it up. It's not a big deal. And as I had mentioned before, on a really super warm day like today, the paint, the overspray, it dries in the air. So as soon as it lands, it's dirt. It's just like any kind of other dust. There we go. Look at that. Over on the left, you can see I got a little station set up for them shutters. I didn't show you guys the process of painting those, but it was pretty simple. You know, you put it on there, you roll it in with the weenie roller. I call the little baby weenie rollers. We call them weenie rollers. The little baby rollers, you go ahead and roll that in so it's a nice solid first coat. Give it a top coat, and you're good to go. 2 coats. Always, 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 always 2 coats, you guys. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching these videos. If you're interested in any of the equipment or any of the material that I use, I always leave the links in the description below. And if you buy anything within a 24-hour period, I earn a small commission. Also, if you're interested in growing your YouTube channel, there's some other links down there that really help me along the way. And hey, thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.